Came in like a quiet rain. No thunder, no dark clouds, no name. Just soft enough to make me stay. Just warm enough to wash my fears away. I didn't see the ending there, hidden somewhere in your stare. I only knew my heart felt safe the night you smiled and changed my fate. You felt like home before I knew the cost, and I was yours before I knew I'd get lost. It was love without warning. It touched me without a sound, fell into my life so gently, then burned the whole thing down. You held me like forever, then left me with the morning. Now I'm lying here with nothing. After love without warning. You learned the language of my soul, the fragile places no one knows. You kissed the sadness from my skin and made me wanna trust again. But hearts like mine break quietly. No shattered glass, no screaming scene, just sleepless nights and hollow rooms, and your goodbye inside them too. You felt so real, I never thought to run. And by the time I knew the truth, you'd gone. It was love without warning. It touched me without a sound, fell into my life so gently, then burned the whole thing down. You held me like forever, then left me with the morning. Now I'm trying to survive. What love without warning did. How do I hate what felt like light? How do I leave the sweetest light? You were the dream I didn't see could turn into the loss of me. It was love without warning, a beautiful kind of pain. It came like heaven to my doorstep, then left like pouring rain. You gave me just enough forever to make the ending cruel. Now every part of me is aching from believing every word in you. It was love without warning, and I'm still learning how to breathe when the one I never saw coming is the one who ruined me. So if you hear this in the night, know I loved you with all my light. And some hearts break without a sound when love comes in without warning. I touched up my lips in the rearview light, told myself I'd make it through the night. Wore my best smile like a little show, but heartbreak has a way of always showing. You said my name like it still meant home, then left me standing there alone. And all the pretty I put on couldn't hide what you had done. I tried to hold the whole world still, but tears don't care about your Every time I say I'm fine, it knows. Every little crack I hide. Every time your memory pulls me under slow. My mascara knows how many nights I cry for someone cold. It runs before the truth can leave my lips. Yeah, my mascara knows. The bathroom mirror saw it first. The quiet kind of polished hurt. The kind that wears a perfect dress but falls apart in seconds flat. I leaned in close and fixed the lines like I could paint a way goodbye. But black tears tell the honest part of what's still living in my heart. I keep pretending I'm okay, but my eyes always give me away. My mascara knows every broken place I never show. Every time I miss your hands, every time your ghost won't let me go. My mascara knows how hard I try to turn this pain to gold, but beauty fades when sorrow hits. Yeah, my mascara knows. It knows to sink the midnight floor the way I reached for you before. It knows the songs I cannot hear without drowning in you still being here. It knows the girl I used to be before you left your storm in me. And even when the room goes dark, it wears the ache across my heart. My mascara knows that I loved you more than I was told, that I stayed soft through all your leaving, even when your heart turned cold. My mascara knows, but one day it won't fall for you no more. One day these eyes will hold their light, and I break open at the thought of you. My mascara knows, but it also knows I'm stronger than the tears you gave me too. So let it run, let it stain the night. Let it tell the truth I used to hide. Some girls cry pretty, some girls cry slow, but every kind of heartbreak shows in mine. My mascara knows. My mascara knows. I heard your name across the room, and everything in me went still, like time remembered what I lost before my heart had time to heal. Strange how just a little sound can pull the whole sky back to black. One whisper of those broken words, and all my strength comes cracking back. I tried to bury you in silence, I tried to let the memory die, but some ghosts don't leave politely, they just wake up when your name arrives. Your name still hurts, like a bruise beneath my skin, like a song I shouldn't play, but somehow let back in. Your name still burns on the edge of every breath, and even now I feel you in the places that you left. Your name still hurts. streets, I changed the songs, I even changed the way I dream. But pain has a cruel way of finding the softest parts of me. You're not here, but somehow still a shadow hanging by the door. And every time somebody says your name, I lose a little more. I wear a smile like I'm over it, like your goodbye doesn't still remain. But healing gets so quiet sometimes, then one small sound becomes the rain. Your name still hurts, like a cut that won't turn clean, like love froze in the moment you stop reaching out for me. Your name still aches, like a truth I never chose, and every syllable reminds me of the girl who held you close. Your name still hurts. I hate that I still feel it, that I still break this way over something as simple as hearing your name. Maybe that's what love does when it leaves but never ends. It turns the smallest things into the sharpest kind of pain. Your name still hurts, but not the way it used to do. Now it hurts like something distant, still carrying traces of you. And maybe one day I'll hear it without my whole world caving in. Maybe one day it'll just be letters and not the loss of everything. Your name still hurts, but one day it won't own me the way it once did. So let the echo pass right through, let it sting, then let it move. Some wounds don't close all at once, they fade in pieces slowly, surely. And tonight, your name still hurts, but I survived hearing it too. Backseat heartbreak. We were two shadows in a midnight car, streetlights falling across your arms. Your hand was warm, but your words were cold, and I felt the distance before I was told. The radio played like it knew the truth, a love song dying between me and you. I kept looking out at the passing dark, trying to hide the crack in my heart. You were driving like you couldn't stay, I was breaking with nothing to say. It was backseat heartbreak, quiet tears on my face. You were right there beside me, but already miles away. And I knew by the silence love was slipping through the cracks. You were taking me home, but you weren't coming back. It was backseat heartbreak. Your eyes stayed fixed on the empty road, like loving me had become too hard to hold. I wanted to ask if your mind had changed, but the air between us already said everything. morning, the window blurred with the city lights, and I watched us fade in the mirror that night. You were so close, I could feel your breath, but I never felt more alone. And then you kept driving through the hurt and slow, and I felt our last goodbye before you spoke. It was backseat heartbreak, quiet tears on my face. You were right there beside me, but already miles away. And I knew by the silence love was slipping through the cracks. You were taking me home, but you weren't coming back. It was backseat heartbreak. Oh, ooh. I still hear the tires on the rain-soaked street, still feel that ache in the passenger seat, still see your hands holding onto the wheel while mine were holding what you wouldn't feel. You didn't slam the door, you didn't have to leave fast. You broke me in the gentlest way, and somehow that hurt the most of all. It was backseat heartbreak, my whole world in a shade. You were saying nothing while I felt everything break, and the night kept moving like it didn't know we crashed. You were taking me home, but you were leaving my heart in that backseat heartbreak. Now every late night drive feels the same. 1,000 headlights whispering your name, and I still taste goodbye in the dark. Since the night you left me with a backseat heartbreak. With a backseat heartbreak. Broke the beautiful. I was a garden in the quiet spring, soft with hope and opening. I had a heart that still believed love could stay and never leave. You came like sunlight through my room, and I let you touch my tender bloom. But every promise in your hands turned into dust I couldn't stand. You saw the best of me and let it fall apart. You took the light I wore and dragged it through the dark. You broke the beautiful. You touched my soul and made it bruise. Turned something pure into something blue. You had my trust, my breath, my truth, and still you did what broken people do. You broke the beautiful, the part of me that used to shine. Now every mirror shows goodbye. I gave you all the good I knew, and you broke the beautiful. I used to sing without the pain. Now every note sounds like your name. I used to dance inside the rain. Now even summer feels the same. The girl I was had softer eyes before you filled them up with nights that never ended, never healed. Just left me with what you revealed. You held my trembling heart like something made of glass, and loved me just enough to watch it crack at last. You broke the beautiful. You touched my soul and made it bruise. Turned something warm into something used. You had my faith, my midnight blue, and still you did what broken people do. You broke the beautiful, the gentle kind of love I had. Now every memory feels so sad. I gave you all the best I knew, and you broke the beautiful. Was it my softness that you wanted? Something easy to undo? Did you love the way I opened, just to tear the whole thing through? Now I'm gathering up the petals from the floor you left behind, trying to find the girl who loved you before you darkened all her life. You broke the beautiful, but beauty isn't gone for good. It's hiding underneath the hurt, learning how to live through what you took. You broke the beautiful, but not the woman I've become. One day these tears will stop their run, and I remember what was true. You broke the beautiful, but you will never break me too. So keep the pieces that you knew, the fragile girl who died in you. I'll grow again from all this truth. You broke the beautiful, but something stronger made it through. You let me stand there in the falling dark, with shaking hands and a breaking heart. I called your name like it still meant home, while you may leave and look so calm. I wore my tears like a final prayer, hoping love might still be there. But you looked at me like I was too late, and silence sealed my fate. I almost gave you all my pride just to keep you one more night. But I'm too pretty to beg, too full of love to be loved like that, too soft to keep on bleeding for someone who won't come back. I may cry, I may break, I may lose sleep over what you take, but I won't fall to my knees for a heart that left me empty. I'm too pretty to beg. I used to think that love was blind, that if I stayed you'd change your mind. So I held on past every sign and called it hope one last time. You wore goodbye so easily, like losing me was no defeat, and that hurt more than any lie. The way still chase the one I should run from. I'm too pretty to beg. Pretty isn't just my face, it's how I loved with all my faith. How I stayed kind when you were cold. How I gave truth when you gave smoke. So no, I won't beg you to stay, not when you chose to walk away. You can keep the ruin that you made, I'll keep the woman you couldn't break. I'm too pretty to beg, too rare to be your almost choice, too strong to let my heart break. Turn into a desperate voice. I can't grieve, but I won't forget what lives in me. I was never made to chase someone who could leave this way. I'm too pretty to beg. I'm too worthy to be loved halfway. So go on, leave like you planned. I'll wipe the tears with steady hands. And when you miss what you threw away, I won't be there, begging you to stay. Soft girl, hard goodbye. I loved you in my quiet hands, with gentle words and patient plans. I gave you all my tender side, the parts of me I used to hide. You held my heart like something sweet, something fragile, warm and weak. But soft things break the hardest way, when love decides it cannot stay. I was all roses, open skin. You were the storm that wandered in. Soft girl, hard goodbye. Pretty tears and sleepless nights. You left me with a voice that shakes, and mascara rivers and moonlight. I gave you all my sweetest parts. You gave me back a shattered sky. I was made of love and mercy. You were just a hard goodbye. Soft girl, hard goodbye. I wore your name like second skin, believed your arms were home I'd live in. I stayed too long, I stayed too kind, while losing pieces of my mind. You made leaving look so calm, like breaking me did you no harm. And that's the wound I feel the most, how gently you became a ghost. I was all candlelight and trust. You were forever turned to dust. Soft girl, hard goodbye. Shaking lips and swollen eyes. I held on to the warmth you gave, while you were already saying bye. I gave you all my fragile hope. You gave me reasons not to try. I was built to love too deeply. You were just a heart this broken heart will beat without your shadow in it. Soft girl, hard goodbye, but I'm still here, I'm still alive. You didn't take the light in me, you only changed the way it shines. I gave you all my honest heart, you gave me pain but not my life. I'll still be soft, just not for you. Let the night say what it will. Some wounds ache after they heal, but even flowers learn to rise after the cruelest, coldest goodbye. Soft girl, hard goodbye. I wore the one that made me feel like maybe love could still be real. Soft perfume and trembling hands, a heart too hopeful to understand. I fixed my hair, I painted light across the hurt I hid that night. But beauty couldn't save what's next. When goodbye lives inside a text, I dressed for a memory. You came as an ending. I smiled for the room when my whole world was bending. Now I'm crying in my good dress, scared of falling down my neck, looking like a night to remember, feeling like a beautiful wreck. Everybody says I look perfect, but they can't see the kind of hurt this is. I gave my heart to your silence. Now I'm crying in my good dress. The music played, the glasses shine, but all I heard was your last line. You held your distance like a blade and left me bleeding in my makeup. I laughed once just to play along, like nothing here was going wrong. But every slow dance in that room turned into a ghost of me and you. The lights would go above me, the pain was all beneath it. I looked like I was glowing, but only because I hid it. Now I'm crying in my good dress, lipstick fading with my breath, dancing with a heartbreak I never thought I'd wear like this. Everybody says I look beautiful, like that could fix the emptiness. You left me in a room full of people, crying in my good dress. What a cruel little thing to fall apart in something pretty, to wear your best night on your body while your heart looks torn and filthy. I thought the stress might mean a beginning, now it just holds the shape of leaving. And every tear upon the fabric feels like proof I really needed you. I'm still crying in my good dress, but I'm not begging for you yet. I'm just letting all the shattered pieces fall exactly where they land. And maybe one day I'll wear it different, without your shadow on my skin. But tonight it's just me in the mirror and the girl you almost ruined, crying in my good dress. So let the hem drag through the sadness, let the tears say what I never did. Some nights the prettiest girl in the room is the one learning how to live after crying in her good dress. We moved like nothing could go wrong, like heartbreak had no place in love. Your hand was warm around my waist, and I still believed I was enough. The room was gold, the music low, your eyes were full of maybe then. I smiled like this could last all night, not knowing where the ending hid. You held me close like you were staying, while goodbye was already waiting. So I danced until you left, spun in your silence out of breath, held on to every fading touch, like maybe it would still be yours. But the song kept going, you let go, and I felt it in my chest. I was still loving you in motion when you danced until you left. The lights were soft, the floor was slow, but something in you had gone cold. You looked at me the way people do when they're already halfway gone. I laughed to keep my tears from showing, kept my heart inside the beat, while every step became a crack beneath the girl I used to be. You moved with me like nothing changed, but I could feel love slipping away. So I danced until you left, kept my smile painted over wreckage, let the music hide the breaking, let the night pretend you meant it. But the last song couldn't save us, it just dressed the pain in velvet. I was still reaching for forever when you danced until you left. Was I just a beautiful moment you were never meant to keep? Just a girl beneath the spotlight you could love and still leave. I gave my whole heart to the rhythm, you gave your goodbye to the end, and now the floor still knows my sorrow every time I hear that song again. Yes, I danced until you left, through the ache and through the shame, through the way your hands grew distant, through the way you stopped saying my name. And now the room is gone to darkness, but the memory still hasn't left. I was still yours inside the music when you danced until you left. Yeah, I loved you past the ending and danced until you left. Now every slow song feels like morning Every life feels like that dress, and somewhere in the quiet of midnight, my heart is still there on those steps, turning slowly through the wreck where I danced until you left. I stood there in the bathroom light, red mouth, ruined eyes, midnight, trying to fix what your goodbye had already torn up inside. The mirror knew before I did that love was gone, that this was it. But I still trace that color on, like something pretty could make me strong. You left your shadow in the room, I left my fingerprints on blue. It was lipstick after leaving, trying to cover up the pain, a little color on my sadness, while your memory poured like rain. I was painting on a brave face, with trembling hands and broken breathing. You took the heart right out of me, and all I had was lipstick after leaving. Your coffee cup was by the sink, like you might walk back in and speak, but silence wore your shape so well. It turned this house into a shell. I pressed my lips against the glass and watched the ghost in me look back, a stain of red, a shaking girl, trying not to let you end her world. You left so clean, without a fight. I stayed and bled through all the quiet. It was lipstick after leaving, trying to hide what love had done. A little beauty on the damage, a little war I never won. I was dressing up the heartbreak, like it could keep me from believing that you were never coming back. And all I had was lipstick after Did you know I'd stand here falling apart, with your goodbye still smudged across my heart? Did you know I'd try to look okay just to survive the echo of your name? It was lipstick after leaving, but it couldn't save the night, couldn't kiss the hurt away, couldn't make your wrong feel right. Still I wore it like a promise, that this pain will lose its meaning, and one day I'd see more than loss in the girl with tears and crimson. It was lipstick after leaving. Now it's armor for my healing, so let it stain the glass, the dawn, proof I was hurt but still held on. You left me with a silent evening, I left stronger, and lipstick after leaving. lipstick after leaving. You touch my face like you still care, like love was safe between us there. Your lips were soft, your hands were warm, but something in you felt far gone. I should've known by how you held me, like someone trying to look sincere. You gave me closeness without truth and left me trembling in it. You said nothing was wrong while goodbye was in your eyes, and I was still believing every beautiful disguise. You were kissing me like a lie, like your heart was already somewhere else tonight, like your mouth still knew my name, but your soul had stopped holding on. You held me close just long enough to make believing hurt this much. Now I replay that last goodbye. You were kissing me like a lie. The room was quiet, almost holy, but I could feel the distance grow. You wore love like a borrowed feeling, something you were about to let go. I lean into your shadow, still begging not to see the truth, but even heaven can't feel empty when the person beside you has already left. You made it look like tenderness, you made it sound like we were fine, but every second of your sweetness was just the cruelest kind of lie. You were kissing me like a lie, like forever was breaking behind your eyes, like your touch was just a curtain hiding the end from me. You gave me one more perfect moment just to turn it into grief. Now I wake up tasting goodbye. You were kissing me like a lie. Did you feel guilty when you pulled me near? Did your heart hesitate when mine was still here? Or was I just the last soft place before you walked away? Final scene you needed before the credits fell on us. You were kissing me like a lie, but I was loving you like it was real. That's the part that hurts the deepest, how completely I could feel. You touched my lips and broke my trust, wrapped the ending up in us. Now every memory wears your smile, and every smile like a warning sign. We're in trouble in his smile. I should've known by the way he loved. Too fast, too close, too wild. But lonely hearts believe in sparks, even when they burn this way. And I let him write his reckless name across every part of me. I knew he was the kind you cry about too late, but I still called it love when it was only fate. He was my favorite mistake, the kind I'd make again, just to feel the kind of fire, just to have him close like that. He hurt me like a beautiful song I knew would end in pain. And even now I hate to say he was my favorite mistake. He kissed me like he meant forever, and vanished with the dawn. Left his ghost inside my sheets, and half my heart still hanging on. He never learned to stay too long, never loved the quiet parts, but he knew exactly how to touch the softest place in my heart. He gave me just enough to keep me wanting more, then left me with the echo of what I was falling for. He was my favorite mistake, the sweetest kind of wrong. A little heaven in his arms, a little hell when he was gone. He held me like a secret, then left me in the rain. And even with these tears I taste, he was my favorite mistake. Maybe love like that was never built to last. Maybe some hearts only come to teach you how they crash. But all the way he made me feel still lingers on my skin, and part of me still misses the chaos I was in. He was my favorite mistake, but I won't make him twice. I gave him all my tender love, he gave me sleepless nights. Still some goodbye wounds glitter, even when they break. And if I'm honest with myself, he was my favorite mistake. He hurt me in the prettiest way. He was my favorite mistake. So here's to the love that burned too bright to keep, the one I still remember when the whole world falls asleep. Some hearts leave scars that time can't fully erase, and his still whispers softly, favorite mistake. Your name still glows on my cracked screen, like a ghost that never really leaves. I read our old words in the dark, like they can stitch my broken heart. You used to answer with a flame, now silence is the only thing you send. And every hour feels like proof that I meant less to you than you did to me. I watch the typing bubble in my mind, but nothing ever comes this time. I was left on red forever, hanging on your last hello. You turned love into a question I was never meant to know. And I keep checking for your mercy, like a fool who still believes. You don't even have to hurt me now. Your silence does it perfectly. I was left on red forever. I told myself you're just busy, that maybe life got in the way. But deep down I could feel it fading with every unanswered day. You kept my heart inside your phone, like something easy to ignore. One more message, one more midnight, one more tear across the floor. You let the distance say what you would not, and somehow that hurt more than if you talked. I was left on red forever, hanging on your last hello. You turned up into a memory and let the whole thing go cold. Now I replay every message, trying to find where we disappeared. You don't even have to break my heart, you just vanish and leave it here. I was left on red forever. Was I too much or just too real? Did you get scared of what I feel? You closed the door without a sound, and now I'm loving an empty chest somehow. I was left on red forever, but I can't stay here anymore, begging words from someone who already walked out of my world. So I'll delete the thread you left me, and the girl who used to wait. 'Cause love should never feel like staring at a screen that never changes. I was left on red forever, but I won't be broken that way forever. Your last reply still burns in blue, but I'm learning not to run to you. Some goodbyes don't need a letter, some hearts heal, even left on red forever. The room gets louder when the world goes still. Your memory slips in through the window chill. I tell myself that I'm doing fine, till midnight pulls your name across my mind. The moonlight falls where you used to sleep, and every shadow knows what I still keep. 1,000 little pieces of before, scattered like your clothes across the floor. I make it through the daylight somehow, but the dark always brings you back around. Midnight made me miss you, made my heart go weak again. Turn the quiet into your voice, and the silence into pain. I was almost healing, I was almost over us, and the stars leaned in and whispered everything I tried not to touch. Midnight made me miss you. I tried to drown you in a busy day, in crowded streets and songs I didn't play. But when the city sleeps and lights burn low, there you are in every thought I know. The bed feels bigger than it used to be, like even empty has a memory. And every tear I swore I'd never cry finds me when the clock turns late at night. I wear a strong face in the sun, but midnight knows who I still run from. Midnight made me miss you, made my chest cave in again, brought your touch back to my skin, like you never left it all. I was almost breathing without your ghost inside my lungs. Then the night pulled back the curtain on everything that we were once. Midnight made me miss you. Why does love come back in the dark? Why do broken things glow after hours? Why does your goodbye feel softest when the whole world loses power? I can fight you in the morning, I can bury you by noon, but I am never strong enough to not want you under the moon. Midnight made me miss you, but it also showed me this, that I loved you deep and honest, even if you left me like this. And maybe that's the hardest and the most beautiful truth, that my heart can still be tender after everything you put it through. Midnight made me miss you, but one day midnight won't undo me. One day the dark won't turn into you. So tonight I'll let the ache pass through, like a lonely song that once was true. And if your memory finds me again, I'll survive it like I always do. Midnight made me miss you, but it won't keep me forever. The room is quiet, but it hurts so loud. Your memory still lingers in the house. I left the lamp on by our side of the bed, like maybe hope could bring you back again. Your sweater's hanging where you left it last, like time is scared of moving past. And I'm still here with all the words I never got to say. I keep reaching through the dark for a love that isn't there, trying to hold on to the air. It's one more night without you, one more moon I have to face alone, one more dream that ends too early, one more ache that won't let go. And I tell myself I'm healing, but the truth is I still do break a little every evening. keeps walking like it doesn't care, like hearts don't stop when someone disappears. I try to drown your name in city noise, but midnight always gives it back a voice. And every little thing becomes a sign, a song, a street, a scent, a passing light. The whole world keeps reminding me of what I had in you. I wear my strength through the day, but when the silence fills the room, it pulls me back to you. It's one more night without you, one more shadow stretched across my skin, one more prayer I whisper softly, knowing you won't hear a thing. And I tell myself I'm stronger than the girl you left in blue, but I still fall apart in pieces through one more night without you. How do I close my eyes without seeing your face? How do I let go of the safest pain? You are my almost always, my sweetest kind of truth. Now all I have is a heartbeat, still learning life without you. It's one more night without you, but maybe that's how healing starts. One more tear, one more memory, one less lie inside my heart. And though I still miss you deeply, like the stars still miss the moon, I know I'll slowly find my way past one more night without you. Yes, I'll survive the dark somehow through one more night without you. So let the window hold the rain, let the silence say your name. I'll make it through, like broken hearts are somehow made to do. One more night without you. You used to touch my face like I was made of light, like I was something safe you'd never leave behind. Now your side of the bed feels colder than goodbye, and every little thing still keeps you alive. I wear your silence like a dress I can't take off. I hear your name in every city, every song. You said I was pretty when I cried, like my pain looked good in the moonlight, like the breaking in my voice was your favorite kind of lullaby. You held me close just to watch me fall, of the ache but not my heart at all. Now I'm learning how to say goodbye to the girl who begged you one more night. You said I was pretty when I cried. I kept the flowers dry from the day you let me go. Like if I saved the dead, maybe love would still grow. But your memory's a knife with my fingerprints on it, and I still bleed for you. every part of me you left to die. You said I was pretty when I cried. Was I just a picture in your head? Something said you'd never understand. Did you love me or the way I fell apart? Did you need me or just need my broken heart? You said I was pretty when I cried, but there was nothing beautiful inside. Just a girl who gave too much and watched her whole world blur at night. Now when I look into the mirror glass, I see someone you'll never get back. And she's stronger than the tears you like. She won't beg for love that isn't right. You said I was pretty when I cried, but I'm prettier now that I survived.